This video will go through the basics of using possession and possessive adjectives in French. So possessive adjectives, these are adjectives that show possession. Since they are adjectives, they must agree in gender and number with the nouns they describe. Remember, since they are talking about possession, the nouns they describe are the object that is being owned. So they are describing something that is being possessed. The person doing the possessing determines the adjective that is used, but it is the object being possessed that determines whether the adjective is masculine or feminine and singular or plural. Here's a chart to show you the different forms. If I want to say my whatever it is, I have to choose between mon, ma, and me. The way I make this decision is based on the thing that I own. So if I'm talking about my book, book is masculine and singular in French, livre, I would say mon livre, my book. If I wanted to talk about my mother, for example, feminine singular, I would choose ma mère. If I want to talk about more than one thing that is mine, I would always use mes. I don't have to decide masculine or feminine, it's always going to be mes. The same is true for the rest of them. Ton, ta, and te being used as something is yours, singular and informal. Son, sa, or se being used as something is his or hers. Notre and nos being used as something is ours. Votre and vos being used as something is yours, singular and formal or plural. And leur being used if it is theirs. Remember, this word changes depending on who is possessing, and then the form of it will change depending on the gender and number of the object being possessed. So masculine singular objects will use these, feminine singular objects will use these, plural objects will use these. Which one you use is determined by kind of the English equivalent. So my will always be mon, ma, or me. His will always be son, sa, or se. So for example, if I want to say his brothers, I would say ses frères. Even though brothers is plural, his is singular, it's his. So we're using ses. We're not going to use leur to mean his brothers. So just keep that in mind. These have a specific meaning, but they're also adjectives that have to agree with what they're describing.